These are crazy science experiments that look fake but are actually real. Like turning a penny into gold, picking up an egg with your bare hands, making an unbreakable bubble. Let's start by making fireproof money.
So we need rubbing alcohol and water. Now take your money and soak it in this mixture. And then some salt. After about 10 seconds, when you light the bill on fire, the water boils off first and carries away the heat before the bill gets hot enough to burn.
For this next experiment, I'm gonna show you how to turn a flimsy plastic straw into a dangerous weapon. So normally when you try to poke a straw through a potato, it just crumbles. But now let's cover the hole with our thumb and try again. 1, 2. Oh, we stabbed right through the potato. The reason this works is when you plug the top with your thumb, air gets trapped inside the straw, and that air braces the walls, making the straw strong. Boom. This is actually really fun. I think our potato has suffered enough. On to the next experiment. This experiment makes water balloons invincible.
Wait, why is it not burning? Wow, you can see the bottom is burning. It's literally turning black, but it did not pop. Is the fire broken? Let's try a normal balloon. Ah! We gotta figure out why this works. So I got a much bigger balloon. It's full. Usually bigger balloons are easier to pop. But let's see what happens if we light this. Oh my gosh. Dude, if this pops, the cleanup is gonna be so messy. Let's see. Oh, dude. Barely a mark. These balloons are invincible. You know what that means? We gotta bring out the big boy. Bro, I'm actually kind of scared. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's go. Oh, yo, it's withstanding the fire. Whoa, that's crazy. Now I'm really curious. How long is it actually gonna take to break this balloon? So this works because the water is pulling out. Ah! Well, I guess not that long, because it's not invincible. So this works because the water pulls the heat out of the rubber faster than the fire can put it in. Except when you heat it for long enough, well, it still explodes.
Next, we're gonna make an unbreakable bubble. To make it, we need distilled water, corn syrup, glycerin, and dish soap. We need 1 part dish soap, and you can scale up the experiment or scale down the experiment as you wish. 1 part corn syrup, and then 1 part glycerin. For the last step, we need to mix in 6 parts of distilled water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need to mix until it's all dissolved together. Bubbles are basically a sandwich. It's a layer of soap, water, and soap. And when the water dries out, the bubble pops. And the ingredients we're adding slows the drying process. Before we blow the unbreakable bubble, we need to first compare it to a normal bubble. This is one you would buy in a store. These bubbles pop instantly. Let's even try putting on some gloves to prevent the oil in our fingers from popping the bubble. It still instantly pops. Time for the unbreakable bubble. Here we go. Oh! Yo, I can bounce it. You're able to hold the bubble. Oh, that's a big one. Let's see how many times we can bounce a bubble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 45, 46. Oh my gosh, 46 times. Now that's an unbreakable bubble. So this works because the glycerin prevents the water from drying out. And the corn syrup makes the water layer thicker, which means it's harder to break. Let's see if it's really unbreakable. It's an unbreakable bubble. On to the next experiment. For this next experiment, I'm gonna show you a strange effect when you heat up a hot pan. This is basically a portable stovetop. So normally when you pour water on a hot pan, It starts boiling and it evaporates. And as the stove gets hotter, the water evaporates faster. But something strange starts to happen when you keep heating the stove. Once the stove gets to 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 Celsius, you'll see a strange effect happen when I pour the water on top. Did you see that? The water didn't evaporate, it rolled off. This is called the Leidenfrost effect. This effect is cooler if we do it in a pot, because there's nowhere for the water to go. It just collects in a bubble like this. So this happens when the pan gets hot enough. And when the water touches the pan, the bottom of the water flash boils into steam instantly. And the steam creates a barrier between the water and the hot pan. So the water droplet is floating on its own vapor. That's why it looks like there's no friction at all. Now here's what I want to see. What will happen if we drop colored water into the pan? Whoa, it's like blood. It's just collecting. Oh, now it's just black, bro. On to the next experiment. For this next experiment, we're gonna turn a penny into gold. All we need is a penny, salt, vinegar, zinc, and zinc chloride, which you can buy on Amazon. We're gonna start off by cleaning the dirty penny so we get an even gold color. To do that, we're gonna use the vinegar, pour in half a cup, and then pour in a tablespoon of salt. Now mix, 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 and we'll drop in our penny. After about 10 minutes, our dirty penny will start to look brand new. Yo, it's so clean. Now that our penny is clean, we'll move on to the next step. We'll need to mix some water and the zinc chloride. After the zinc chloride is dissolved, we're gonna add zinc metal. This is what will coat our penny and turn it into gold. Here's our cleaned penny, and in it goes. And let it boil. After about 10 minutes, the penny should now turn into a silver penny. But I don't want a silver penny, I want a gold penny. So in order to turn this into gold, all we have to do is heat it. As I heat the penny, you can see it gradually changing colors. Eventually, it turns into gold. And now, we have a fully gold penny. And it looks just like real gold. And this is a huge problem, because if we just use a copper bar, then the copper bar will look like a gold bar. And it'd be very easy to fool someone without a proper testing machine. And telling fake from real is becoming a real issue online as well in the age of AI, because bots are stealing from real humans. Like when bots instantly claim concert tickets or new sneaker drops, then sell it for 5 to 10 times the retail price. And the solution is a machine that can verify if you're a human or not, just like how there's gold testing machines. That's why I flew all the way to San Francisco to check out the orb by World. This machine takes a picture of your face to verify that you're a real human, then deletes all the personal data so your privacy remains intact. And what you're left with is your own unique World ID that verifies you're human when you're browsing online. So whenever you see the World ID proof of human badge, you know that's a real person. And if you want to learn more about our sponsor World, just click the link in the description or go to world.org. Now let's move on to the next experiment. Can you pick up an egg without breaking it? By only using your fingers, try picking up an egg yolk. It just like slides around. No! It tore! Your smooth, bare fingers just slides across the egg yolk. And when you try to pick up the yolk, it tears the outside membrane, so it breaks. To pick up the egg, we just need garlic. Pick off a piece. After your garlic is peeled, we're gonna break open the garlic and we're just gonna rub our fingers on the garlic. Just get it all over. When you rub garlic on your fingers, it leaves an invisible sticky juice, making your fingers grippy. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh! Look at that! Oh my gosh, that's amazing! Never seen an egg yolk like this. It looks so delicate. We're gonna make this paper cup into a smoke ring shooter, and it's very easy to do. Start by drawing a hole on the top. Next, you draw the mouth. This is where the smoke is gonna blow. And of course, you need a face. So let's draw something. This one ugly. Let's redo that. Wow, so much better. Bro, what the heck? Why is my life falling apart? Or use these. cut the hole in the top, and this will be the thumb hole. And then you have to cut a hole in the mouth, and you just stick your finger in there to make it round. Because you need it to be round for the smoke ring. Perfect. Now we just need to cover the top with a cut up balloon and light some incense for the smoke. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, yo, these are shooting well. When you tap the top, you're sending a sharp pulse of air, and it's shooting through the circle hole, which is curling the smoke into a ring. Rapid fire! This is so fun. This is the magic color-changing milk experiment. To do it, you need milk, food coloring, dish soap, and a Q-tip. First, pour in your milk. Ooh, get it all in there. Next, we're gonna paint our Picasso. With your food coloring, just add drops in like an interesting shape. However you like. There's no wrong answers here, but I like to add it just in the center. You'll see why later. And watch what happens when I dip my tip into the milk. Nothing happened because we didn't dip our Q-tip into the magic sauce, which is the dish soap. Now, once we coat it in dish soap, here's the real magic. Oh my gosh, look at that! Wow! This is beautiful. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Look at all these amazing patterns forming. This is literally like modern art, bro. And if I touch it here, the milk will expand from where I touch it. Now I'm curious what happens if we just dump a whole bottle of dish soap into the milk. Let's try it. We'll add our color mix again. Feel like a chef, a little bit more confidence this time. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Yo! This is kind of trippy because the reaction is not just happening in one spot. It's happening in all these little circles here. But we can make this even cooler if we use highlighters instead of food coloring, because we can make this glow in the dark. But before we get to that, we have to understand how this experiment even works. So dish soap is designed to break up fat. So when it hits a milk, the soap dives in and pushes the fat around. At the same time, soap also breaks the surface tension of the milk, making the dyes easier to move. Now, let's make this glow in the dark with highlighters and a UV light. In order to get the ink out, I'm gonna have to break open this pen. Oh yeah, boom, get in there. Yeah! Oh, that is so fluorescent. Oh, pink looks nice. We need to turn off the lights. Let's do that. Let's see what will happen. Oh my God, that is so cool. And if you want to see 50 more crazy science experiments you can do at home, click here to watch that video, and click here to watch a video that YouTube thinks you'll love.